Hi, this is Richard Quek here. Welcome to another session of my video. In today's session, I would like to talk about business. And the topic is, what is the cash flow quadrant? I'm sure many of you have heard about the cash flow quadrant, and also many of you have heard of Robert Kiyosaki. Alright, now the thing is that people always ask, what is the best option to earn income, to generate income, to earn money? What is the best option? So basically, I would like to explain to you today, which is from the two books, all right, written by Robert Kiyosaki. The first one is called Rich Dad Poor Dad. All right. Now, if you don't have the book yet, I suggest that you go and buy it because it's a very interesting book. It talks about financial intelligence and so on. All right. Now, the other book which I'm going to talk about is called the Cash Flow Quadrant. Okay. Now, if you can see, there are 4 quadrants there. All right. The employee section, the self-employed, business ownership, and investor. All right. That is the quadrant. All right. So let's begin here. Now, as far as earning income is concerned, according to Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant, there are 4 quadrants altogether. All right, I want you to imagine, the 4 quadrants. All right, whereby on the top quadrant, on the left-hand side, is what we call E, which is employee. All right, at the bottom of it is self-employed. And then on the top, on the right-hand side, is called business ownership. And at the bottom of that is called investor. All right. So let me explain to you one by one what it means here. All right. Now, the first quadrant is called employee. Now, the sad thing is that a lot of people are in this quadrant. In fact, 96% of the people in the world are in this quadrant. All right. And as you know, as an employee, there is a limit to what you can earn and a limit to how you can go and improve yourself. Okay? Now, the thing is that 96% of the people are in this E quadrant. Alright, but the sad thing is that, do you realize that they earn the total of all the E quadrant, earn only 3% of the total income in the world. 3%. Alright? That means 96% of the world population earn only 3% of the total population of the world. So that's very sad. What it goes to say is that, the E quadrant is the worst quadrant of all. It's the worst quadrant of all. But sad to say, 96% of the people are in this quadrant. Alright, now I'm saying this not to insult people who are in employment or what. This is what comes from the book. Alright, and from statistics, 96% of people are in this quadrant. Alright, so the thing is that you can be in this quadrant in the beginning, but you got to graduate and move on to the right-hand side of the quadrant. All right. So let's move on to the second one. The second quadrant, which is at the bottom, is of the left-hand side. It is called self-employed. Now, what are self-employed? People who have their own business. All right. People who got their own business. They are professional, and the main characteristic is that they trade time for money. They are working to generate the income. The moment they stop working, there is no more income. That is what we call self-employed. All right. Now, it includes professional. I was one of those people as well because I'm an accountant by profession. I manage my own accounting practice, but at the end of the day, I realized that, I am in the S quadrant, which is self-employed. All right. So basically, we work all the time. All right, because we have to trade time for money. That's the sad part. That's the sad part of all. All right. Well, and you know what? The song that this group of people sing, it is by Frank Sinatra. It calls "I Did It My Way." Is that true? Because they have to do their own way. Because nobody can replace them. When you're self-employed, all right, or a professional like a doctor, nobody can replace them. Myself as an accountant previously, right, I had my own accounting practice. Nobody can replace me. And the clients come in, they want to look for me. That's it. So basically, I don't have the time or the freedom to do what I like to do. Okay? Because I did it my way. Nobody else can do it. If I'm not there, the business cannot run. Okay, that is the second quadrant. Now, the third quadrant is what we call business ownership, which is on the right-hand side, the top right-hand side, which is called business ownership. Now, business ownership is different from self-employed. All right, business ownership, that means you got a steady business going on, but the only difference with other businesses outside there is the business have got a system that runs the business in their absence. That means the system can generate the business without them being present. This is a business called business ownership, whereby, you know, if you have a business ownership, you can go for holiday for 6 months or even 1 year or a long time, right? Because the business runs on its own. And if you look at this type of business ownership, a good example is franchising. All right, franchising is a good example. Let's talk about McDonald's. McDonald's was, founded by Ray Kroc, of course. All right, but the thing is that McDonald's, their burger doesn't taste good at all. All right, in fact, the local burgers, all right, taste better than McDonald's burger. Why are they successful? Because they have a system. They have a system in place, all right, a fantastic system in place, and even Ray Kroc is no longer around. The system runs the business. So that is what we call business ownership. That's the second one, all right. Oh, that's the third one, sorry, all right. Now, the fourth one is called investor. I'm sure you know. Investor is where you make money work for you, all right. Of course, being investor is the ultimate aim, which is on the bottom right-hand quadrant, all right, bottom right-hand quadrant, which is basically called investor, all right. Now, being an investor, there are a lot of limitations as well, because number one, you got to have the money, number two, you got the skill and knowledge to be able to invest and so on. But the ultimate aim is to be an investor so that, the money will work for you. That's the whole idea, all right. So those are the four quadrants, okay. Now, according to Robert Kiyosaki in the book Cashflow Quadrant, he say, people ask him, how do you look for a business ownership? All right, there are three things to look for in a business ownership. Number one, find a business or mentor and copy them. All right, that means you learn from somebody who has got a fantastic system, and then you incorporate into your own business or create your own system. That's the first one. Of course, it is not easy, all right? You got to go and search around for a good system and copy it. All right, that's the first one. The second one is buy a ready franchise, because a franchise is already a system. All right, but of course, buying a franchise will cost you money. It's quite expensive, and not only that, in today's environment, even franchise closed down. Do you believe me? Even franchise closed down. Okay, I do not know about in other countries, but in Malaysia, where I live, nearby here, we have a franchise like Old Town Cafe. Old Town Coffee also closed down. All right, so it doesn't mean that franchise can be 100% successful, because, there's a lot of uncertainty as well. All right, but anyway, those are the first two. All right, that means find a successful business or a mentor and learn from them and create your own system. Number two, buy a ready franchise. It's already there, but of course it's going to cost you money, and also it doesn't guarantee you to be successful. All right, and the third thing, believe it or not, this is not what I say, Robert Kiyosaki suggested, is to go into network marketing. Because network marketing is a ready franchise. It's a turnkey system whereby everything is done for you. You don't have to create the product, because the company create the product. You don't have to do the research. You don't even have to apply for the licensing approval of the product. So everything is done for you. All right. So basically, the whole system is set up. And of course, to get involved doesn't involve you a lot of money, just like franchising, which involve you a lot of money. So that is why we say that, network marketing is the third and one of the best options to go into business ownership. All right. This is not my opinion. It comes from the book, The Cashflow Quadrant, authored by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. Now, let's talk a bit about financial intelligence here. I'm sure you are aware that I'm an accountant by profession. In fact, I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and I know about financial statements and so on. When I read the book, all right, I was quite shocked, because what he revealed, Robert Kiyosaki revealed in the book Cashflow Quadrant, is quite different from what we learn from accountancy. All right. Now, as an accountant, all right, when we talk about asset, all right, assets are what? I'm sure there are accountants there, outside there, who are watching here. Now, asset is what we own. All right, what we own. That means a car is an asset. All right, a boat is an asset. A house is an asset. Are you with me? All right, asset, that's an asset. But according to financial intelligence, all right, Robert Kiyosaki says, what is asset? Asset is when money comes in. Liability is when money goes out. Are you with me? So let's take a simple example. If you buy a house, all right, now a house is an asset or a liability. In accounting term, it is an asset, right? But it depends according to financial intelligence, all right? If you buy a house and you pay 5,000 ringgit a month for the installment payment, right? For the monthly payment, you pay 5,000. All right? That is money going out. It becomes a liability. Are you with me? Now, how does it become an asset? Well, it becomes an asset only when you pay 5,000 installment every month for the house, but you rent it out for 8,000. So that is a positive cash flow of 3,000, right? 8,000 minus 5,000, 3,000 positive. Then the house become an asset. Are you with me here? So it is something different from a financial accounting or whatever it is, because it is according to financial intelligence, which is quite reasonable, because asset is what? When money comes in, right? When money goes out, it's a liability. So when you buy a house, money going out only, then it is a liability. All right? And also, in the book, he talked about doodads. All right? He talked about doodads. What are doodads? Doodads are things that, you know, you just buy like toys. All right? You buy a yacht. You buy a plane. All right? Those are doodads because it doesn't produce you income whatsoever. Those are doodads. All right? So you should reduce your doodads. All right? And make the money work for you. All right? So that is what financial intelligence is all about. Now, I want to talk about Coca-Cola, just to differentiate with you between an investor and an employee right now. Coca-Cola in the year 2008, all right, the CEO is James Quincy. The CEO in 2008 earned more than 16 million a year. That's a lot of money, right? But he worked like a dog. Right, he got to work like a dog. Because why? To earn that 16 million, you know, because he's an employee, he's a CEO, but he is still an employee of Coca-Cola. Are you with me? So he's still an employee. But of course, not many CEO can earn 16 million US dollar, more than 16 million US dollar, right? But he's an employee. That's the limit, all right, that he can earn. But another person by the name of Warren Buffett, I'm sure you heard about Warren Buffett, in the same year, all right, 2008, Warren Buffett earned just in dividends alone 592 million. Just imagine, he's not involved with the company, he's not working hard for the company, he just invests, all right, and he earned 592 million compared to 16 million. Are you with me? So that is an investor, all right, compared to a employee, all right. Now, people might say, oh, 16 million is a lot. Well, let's talk in terms of percentage, all right? You know what's the percentage like? All right, the percentage is James Quincy only earned 2.6%. 2.6%, whereas Warren Buffett earned 97.4%. That is a staggering big difference. Don't you think so? All right, so being an investor, not even involved with the business decision making or whatever, he invests there, he's earning 592 million, whereas James Quincy, the CEO of Coca-Cola, was earning 16 million. That's about it. All right, so that's the difference. So it's important to understand, right, being an employee and being an investor, or being a business ownership. All right, now if you disagree with me about this, let me ask you one simple question. If you look at the Forbes, all right, Forbes 100 or 500 richest people in the world, right? Now, if you look through the whole list of 500 names, all right, or 100 names for that matter, all right, do you see any employees there being ranked there? No, they're all business owner. Are you with me? So, what does it say here? That, you know, the truly successful people in the world are business owners. That's it. Okay, they own businesses. They are not employees, right? They are not employees. Although, the CEO of Coca-Cola, James Quincy, he did earn a lot, right? 16 million. But how many people are like him, earning 16 million a year? All right. So that's the big difference between, an investor and an employee. All right. So basically, I hope that you understand and have some insight into what are the various ways to earn income. All right. Those are the 4 that I talked about. Let me summarize for you as far as the cash flow quadrant is concerned. The first category is called employee. All right. Employee. Most of the people outside are employee. 96% of the people in the world are employee, and they are trading time for money as well. And the sad part is that they earn only 3% of the total population. Okay. Now the other category is self-employed. That means people who are running their own business, or people who are professional, like doctors, like lawyers, like accountants, and so on. These are professional, and they are trading time for money. And can you remember what song do they sing? I did it my way. All right, I did it my way. That's it, my way. All right. And the third category is business ownership. Business ownership, that means the business runs on its own. Without you there, the business can run. So you need to have a system, a good system. Just like McDonald's have a good system. That's why even the burger does not taste as good as in Malaysia we have Ramly burger, all right, or all those local burgers and so on by the roadside. Those burgers taste better, all right, but they have a system. That's the thing. That's the big difference, right? But of course, the fourth is investor. But before you can invest, you got to be a business ownership first, because if with the business ownership you earn money every single month without much of a problem, then you can take the money and invest. Are you with me? So that is the difference, those 4 quadrants here. Okay, now I hope that you learned something here. All right, if you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. And also, all right, if you are YouTube, please follow me and also subscribe to my channel. So I would like to thank you for your time here that you spent with me. I appreciate it very much, and I really hope that this topic is useful for you. Okay, so with that, I will see you tomorrow again with another session of my video. Okay, so with that, this is Richard Quek here from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.